As more and more people have come to hear about my story, I've had people come up to me in the street, I've had people personal message me on Facebook, and they've been asking me, or telling me rather, their story, and it's amazing how much abuse goes on behind closed doors and how much it's not talked about. And a lot of these, mainly women at the moment, have come forwards and they've said that they've buried their trauma deep. But hearing my story and reading about my story, they've actually wanting to deal with their situation. So it made me start thinking, well, how can I help these people more? It's not just about them reading my story, it's about helping them get through their trauma as well. So I've started a Facebook group where it's a secret group. It's a private place where they can come in and talk about their own experiences. And by talking and other people listening, we can all help them get through to the next stage, whatever that might be for them. Some people might need to go away and get therapy. Some people might need to just have someone to listen to them and let them acknowledge what's gone on in their lives for them in the past. So it's all about just giving another level of support, because lots of them before I've said they've had no one to talk to. They are unable to speak to their nearest and dearest because they don't want to upset them. They don't want to rock the apple cart. So it was really important for me to be able to help these people, like I've had help for talking with really supportive friends of mine. And so this group provides that for them. My journey has been a very long journey. I'm now 43 years old. I felt I was okay up to about the age of 30. Everything was sort of going okay because I left my childhood behind. I don't really have many memories of my childhood before the age of 7. I only remember things that I've seen in a handful of pictures that I have at home. I've got about 12 photographs of my childhood, that is it. And when I look at them, I think, oh, I was a happy child, but I can't remember me in those pictures. I can't remember it being me. My earliest childhood memory that I do have is in 1977, our Christmas at home. I don't know why I've remembered that. I think 1977 is just a year that's etched into my memory because of what went on. After that Christmas, the next memory, obviously, that was quite a harrowing memory for me, was when my mum left. Now, we were in this big old house that was due to be demolished, and in the front there was 2 hydrangea bushes, great big massive hydrangea bushes. One was pink and one was purple. I remember them because I love them. Even to this day I really love those bushes, those flowers. And I would just remember being in the front garden and my mum crying my eyes out, and my mum looking down at me, holding my shoulder and say, it won't be long, I'll come back and get you, but I've got to go now. And I was screaming, why do you have to go, Mum? I don't understand. I'm 7. Just take me with you. I can't take you with me. I've just got to leave. And my mum was just trying to calm us down. I don't even remember my sister being there. I just remember my little brother being there. And he was screaming, I was screaming, and my mum was just like, no, I've got to go now, leave, I've got to go. But I was pulling at her clothes, please stay. She says, I can't do this anymore. And she just said, I'll come back for you. And she picked up her suitcase and she just left out the gate. My dad come out and he picked me up, grabbed Michael by the hand, he picked me up and he took me into the house and just crying, screaming my head off. Where's my mum? Why is she going? And he just said, stop crying, she's gone. And that's end of it, end of. And that was it. So that was very, very sad that day. Life was hard after that. Little did we know what was coming our way. When Mum left when I was 7, we was all devastated, obviously, but we didn't realise how much we were going to all be impacted by her leaving. My dad remarried Vivian, who had 7 stepdaughters. sorry. When my mum left, when I was 7, we really didn't know how much it was going to impact us all as a family. My dad went on to marry Vivian, who had 7 daughters. We all lived together for a little while, for about 4 years, and my dad was sent to prison for paedophilia. We then went back to live with my mum, and my stepdad went on to abuse us physically, mentally and emotionally. And that resulted in me leaving home at the age of 15 after my brother had already left. And then I helped my other siblings all leave in turn as and when they were ready, and as and when we could get them out of the house safely and into a safer environment for them. By sharing my story, I'm hoping that people will read it, they will understand it, and they will get help if they need it. If they're in an abusive situation themselves, they will actually go and get the help that they need. They will maybe, if they're not being abused, they will make them more aware of that is happening behind many closed doors in the UK. 1 in 4 adults have been abused or maltreated as a child, and that's a staggering figure. So I'm just trying to bring awareness to abuse, and that it is happening behind closed doors, and that it should be brought out and spoken about. It shouldn't be a taboo subject. So I'm trying to get people to talk about it, but ultimately I want the people that are abused to actually realise what abuse is, to understand that what they're going through is not their fault, and that they shouldn't have to stay there and suffer in silence, and that they should speak to someone that they trust and rely on, and when they're ready they will be able to rely on that person for help to get them out of the situation that they're in.